Well, I'm just going to say slowly getting there. So I'm starting at the engine shed end of the layout, and I've just been replacing one or two of the items. They're not fixed down, a lot of these. Some are, and that's just the scene back here. At the back of the engine shed over there is some sort of representation of a I don't know, goods yard, loading and unloading crane there, coaling station. And so as we come down past the signal box at the north end of the station, those early card houses there, those early card buildings, and what I've decided must be the rectory for the church, because there's a gate through from this house here into the churchyard in the fence there, and that takes you to the church with its graveyard. I'll pull back a little bit from that so you get to see the station. So a lot of that scenic stuff there is along the back scene, and that does mean that I can lean on the rails. Oh, let's take that off there. Just gluing a bit there. A couple of loose items placed there. Don't know why they might drag the milk chains all the way down to this platform. This is just placed here, doesn't have to stay there. Could be a bit incongruous. That's an old, I think it's Hornby 00 footbridge. And so there's the station building, which we placed the card one, and I'm gradually putting bits and pieces back onto the station. I think I've got some station kiosk that will cover that switch. That's a switch to allow me to switch to DCC. At the moment, the control is analog. Oh, it came as analog, but I've put extra droppers in, and that allows you to connect a lot of the track together so that it's not sectioned by means of the points, because these two roads either side of this platform are sectioned by the points, because the track feeds are just the other side of the points, at the pointy end of the points, so you can isolate a train when using DC in one of the platforms and run another one through on the other platform. So I've got a few more things to put onto the platforms, but the thing I skipped was a little bit more colour wash to put on here. But this new section has blended in quite nicely. At first glance, you see I skipped over that. This thing at the back here is just an opportunity for me to put some of my cars out. Some quite old, some I've had for 70 years, probably since I was 5. That caravan is very old. That's old. That's quite old. But there we go. They're stuck at the back of the layout as if they were parked, which just keeps them out of the way. And then I've got new ones which I like. It's that Radio Times. It probably needs macro. Oh no, it's British Rail, isn't it? Yeah, no, there's a Radio Times one somewhere as well. And then there are some of my out of scale die-cast cars hiding behind the trees. You know, stick them out the way. Well, I mean, that Pickford's van, which is an old one, is totally out of scale. Oh, I ought to open up the kiosk thing here. And in fact, that lid opens on there. Oh, I'll do that. Right, each little bit and that's the refreshments van with its, and it's detailed inside as it came. That was a nice little model, nice toy to get. And then down here, I don't need to say much about this because there's not been a lot of change. I'm going to put a couple of other cars down here at some point, just on that road. So, general sweep across the layout. Not much evidence now of the white mould that was on it. The road surface needs redoing, as I can see up there, and with a bit of track cleaning and tidying away of all the stuff I've been digging out, and then gradual adding of other scenic items, I should be able to begin to enjoy this again. Not finished, obviously. I need to work on this platform area, but that is now usable and has got some of the atmosphere that I want to create. What is this? It's like a bit of history for two reasons. One is the time period it is set in, therefore running steam, might run some early diesel. But then the other bit of history is the modelling and the modelling techniques. And so what I've done is preserved some older models because that, I think, is another part of my history, that I remember these models, like these old die-cast cars, but also the houses and other features that are on here from when I was younger. And that therefore gives me two bits of enjoyment of the history